Move on to the Telegraph next. It's emerged that more than 60% of transgender prisoners behind bars in Scotland only began transitioning after they were locked up, Josh.
Yes, so more than 60%, yes. This has just come out in the Telegraph, and it turns out that 19 transgender prisoners are in study, 12 of whom, which is 63%, were recording, they began their transition after their date of admission to the estates.
Throwing obvious, unless any viewers have not picked up on the implicit...
Well, the idea is, of course, that it's ingenuous and not real. And five of there are five. I think there are 5 people at the moment, 5 men, biological men, in women's prisons. 4 of them are there for violence, not sexual violence.
There's no way it's true, is there? That's the point of this. There's no way that 60% of these men actually are transgender or have gender dysphoria.
That these criminals who have...
Well, because they want to get into women's prison. And we know society is only, is less than 1% of society is transgender. So what's the odds that most of them are in Scottish prisons?
Yeah. It is possible, I will say this, it is possible that they suffered... And I hesitate to use the word suffer in the case of scroats who commit sexual offences of this kind, but that they were suffering from a degree of unresolved, sexually oriented mental illness beforehand, which they have maybe conceivably lunged at the idea that maybe they were trans, because that is becoming a fairly sort of default life raft for people who feel that they can't quite understand themselves at the moment, which wasn't really available for them.
Either way, they should not be going and sharing spaces with women.
Absolutely not.
It's incredible and disgusting that this has happened in Scotland and has blown this whole thing skywide. And then everybody still says, oh, it's such a culture war issue, it's only one person.
Well, then drop it, go back to where we were. If it's these people who say it's a culture war issue that we're getting distracted by never want to concede the ground. They never want to concede the point. No. They want you to concede the point so that they can just win the culture war and move on to the next outrage against common sense. That's what happens.